Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Michael Wilson, and I'm an alcoholic. I have given up the drinks, but I want to talk to you about, first of all, what my drinking career looked like. Just kind of give a little bit of a backstory as to how it all started for me and, what my drinking looked like when I was doing it all. I think I started out pretty normally, as a lot of people do, just out of high school, going to parties, drinking all the time on the weekends, sometimes during the week, that just kind of follows you through with periods of, kind of going on and off, but still drinking regularly. It never seems like it's a problem when you're that age because everyone is doing it. So alcoholism is completely normal, you know. That's what's so messed up about our society. Like, we all drink. As soon as we get to university and out of the house or whatever, we all drink. We all just get shit-faced every weekend. It's insane. It's absolutely insane, the level of drinking that happens when we're young, in this society. And so it all started there, when I was in university. And, that obviously made me do shit in school. Like, you try to do anything when you're drinking all the time, and, like, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't work. Your brain doesn't work properly, and it certainly didn't for me. So I went to university and, basically just pissed it away and partied, and, had nothing to show for it aside from, I don't know what, $20,000 or something that I went for a couple of years. So yeah, that was kind of the beginning of my drinking career. And then, as the years went by, it was just, kind of a continuation of that, just drinking with the homies, on the weekends. Parties. That was mostly it. Social drinking, when I was younger. I just socially drank. And then I got into being a paramedic. I messed around with some different jobs and stuff when I was younger, but my first real career job was being a paramedic. Just so happened that one of the first opportunities that I had was to come out to work in Alberta. I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. If anyone is from Canada, what up? And so got a job out in Alberta, and so it's like a weird schedule for anyone that doesn't know about the oil field. That you work, a couple weeks on, a couple weeks off, sometimes 3 weeks on, 1 week off, and I did that for a long time. And actually, that's what I'm still doing right now after some different kind of little hiatuses, throughout the years of some of the oil field downturn and stuff like that. But this is what I've mostly been doing, and that actually really helped to curb my drinking because I had to be sober for 2 weeks at a time. Like, I had to be. There is no alcohol when you come out to work on like the oil rigs or camps or anything like that. So it's just a forced sobriety, and that was great for me. And then of course I would look forward to those beers, as soon as I got back in town, and that's exactly what I did. I mean, I was just pretty much an alcoholic on my days off, so like for almost 2 weeks straight. And strong beers were my thing, just loved the strong beers. For me, it was a little bit different because like I would just mix it, and with like bike riding, I would just love to like drink and go for bike rides. So like I was at least getting some exercise and like activity with it, but obviously like it's stupid, having to drink to like have fun to go for a bike ride. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. But that's what I would do. And I just did that for many years, many years, like really up until recently. I was still doing that shit a lot, and I have kids now, and I was still doing that shit. Like, I was justifying it in my brain as like, oh, this is all good. Like, I just like to drink beers and go for bike rides, but I'm still a good dad. I'm still a good husband, and it's all bullshit. It's all the bullshit that the alcohol makes you think is true, and it's not true. You think that you're a good person, and you know what? Like, I still was a good dad, probably, like, in comparison to a lot of dads. Like, well, I shouldn't say a lot of dads, but there are a lot of dads out there, obviously, that are not good dads and don't love to spend time with their kids, but I do, and I did, and so another reason I could kind of justify it. So yeah, I was an alcoholic dad and husband. It's just sad to think about. It really is. But I'm out of that now. I'm leaving that shit behind, and I've never felt better. Yeah, specifically, I would wake up, when I was in the throes of my drinking, I would wake up and I would immediately be thinking about that first beer that I was going to get. I would immediately be thinking about it in the back of my mind. I can't wait till I get all my chores done, and we'll go for a little walk together as a family, and I'll get back, and then boom, take off my bike and go for a cruise and get some beers and just go ride. It was what I thought at the time was like the best feeling ever. It was so fun, and that's how I convinced myself to keep doing it, is because this is so fun. Ooh, this is so fun. But that's just what I like to call the fog. Like, the alcohol fog on your brain is just like keeping you from having legitimate like thoughts and emotions. And I allowed myself to just become like, I was sick. I was sick on the alcohol. But, I would never get to the point where I was like really hungover, and that's what made it like really easy for me, because I would I would drink up to like 6 or 7 like strong like double IPAs in a day. That was like my kind of go-to. Sometimes I would kick it down to like 4, but then other times it would be like 7 or 8. And like, you're hammered, but that was starting at, a lot of the time it was at noon, but if I could get my beer before noon, I was like super happy. And it's just crazy to think like how much of an influence that shit had on my brain. Like, I was controlled by it. It's scary, man. That shit takes you over. And looking back on it now, which, I was barely able to do, like, this is a new choice that I've made, and it's just so, like, solid in my mind that I needed to make it, and honestly make this channel. Like, this is why I'm doing these videos, is to help you guys get over booze and realize that there is a way fucking better life on the other side of booze. Like, you just don't need it. And in fact, when you get over that shit, life does get so much better. You actually have real feelings. You have real emotions. It's not like the fake happiness that you get from drinking beer. You have real emotions, and you feel feelings. You have real thoughts that you remember. Like, you think you have good thoughts when you're drinking. You think you have like revolutionary like ideas and thoughts, but that shit never like goes anywhere. It never turns into anything. It's just all like, it all just hits a wall as soon as you have that like first or second drink. Like, it all just washes out the window, and all you can think about is the next drink, the next drink, the next drink, until like you're wasted. And And there's so much lost time in life. Like, this life is short, and holy shit, I wasted a lot of time drinking, being stupid, not remembering. Like, you don't even have a life because you don't remember it. You don't remember any of it. It's just, if you try to think about like any of the times that you've drank or been drunk at parties or whatever, like, you can't remember any of that shit. You might remember like vague ideas of like what happened, maybe some like major events, but other than that, you're not remembering anything. So it's like you're not actually even living life. It's crazy. And that's like one of the major realizations that I came to, is that that's not a life. You're not living life. You're not actually having a real life because you don't remember any of it. You're not feeling real things. It's all drowned out by the alcohol feeling, feeling good. Oh, this is so fun, but it's nothingness. It's nothing. That's all I can really say about it, right now. It's like there's nothing actually going on in your mind, but you think it's fun and it's awesome in the moment. It's in the moment, but then that's all that you get is that moment, and beyond that you don't remember shit. So it's pointless. And I was spending so much money on booze. Like, I would get the strong like craft beers, and that shit is not cheap, and I was like easily spending $500, $600, maybe $700 in a month sometimes on those, and just hiding all that shit from my family, like just drinking on the low. Like, I would drink mostly like out of sight from anyone, and that was like part of the little like rush, like sneaky fucking weird shit that I would do, is just like go off and drink on my own, by myself, going for bike rides. And then when I get home, it's just like I would just like sneak outside to like go to the truck, or whatever I was doing. Like, I would just find a way, I gotta put the bike away, and just like chug half a beer. Like, it was ridiculous. And it's just so like it's so disappointing to think back on the fact that like I did that shit, and it's just rough. It's rough. Like, I try not to have any regrets in life, but like that's a big regret for me, is knowing that that was me. I was a serious alcoholic, and like just a sneaky drinker. It's just weird, and it's not cool. And when you when you get out of that mindset and that the fog of alcohol, you realize that all those behaviors are ridiculous and they're gross. But in the moment, you're like, whatever, this is fine, life is good, like I feel good. That's the alcohol. It makes you believe that shit. It makes you believe that you are okay, life is good, life is fun. But it's not. Like, you're not living a real life. You're living the alcoholic you, and the alcohol is running your life. It's a demon on your back, man. It really is a demon on your back. And you just, if you're drinking, if you see this right now and you are drinking a lot, every day, or like even every weekend, man, like that is a monkey on your back, and it is hard to kick. But honestly, like, that's why I'm here doing YouTube, is to show people, how you can be better. You can do better in life, and as soon as you kick alcohol, you will do better, and life will be better. So, yeah, I know that was a bit of a ramble, but just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a backstory of, my drinking days, and reflecting on that, for me as well. Like, it's cathartic to talk about this and like get it out. So if you have watched this video, I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around and listening to me ramble, and I'm gonna be rambling a lot more, so let's keep this going. Hopefully I'll get a 1 subscriber in the near future. That would be awesome. I would actually be so pumped if I got 1 subscriber. So if you ever become my first subscriber, like, fuck yeah. Let's do this, man. Let's go on this ride together, and let's beat alcohol. And hey, if you don't drink, you can just watch this and maybe be entertained by some weird guy on the internet and telling stories about drinking. So that's cool too. Whatever. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.